G'day everybody, and I love the Sydney Swans, and I love when they played 2012 Grand Final. Yeah, this was cool. It's called Sydney, Sydney, Sydney. Yeah, cool. Sydney, Sydney, Sydney will beat the Hawks. Sydney, Sydney, Sydney squash their heads to the ground. You see, we come from the harbour with an opera house and a harbour bridge, and people who pay for the privilege get to climb that flaming bridge. Wouldn't it be nice to climb the bridge and you get a view of the MCG and where the Swans are playing, but instead you get to be up with a flag that will fly up high forever? But if we win on Saturday, I will make sure you see it for the next 2 months. Yes, the Sydney Swans are the best. Sydney, 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 the grand final is yours. Sydney, 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 and we still love Adam Goods. And we'll rock our Luna Park. Sydney had a good week last week against the hapless Magpies, and that wasn't predicted at all. So the Hawks should win. So the Swans should win against the Hawks. Yes, and we did it for sure, because they have played better all season. I have my celebration drinks ready, and I even decorated a cake so I can be in the football mood. And yes, crush the mighty Hawks. They had their fun in 2008. Not this, you crazy fella. The Swans will be number 1 after this week. There is no changing that at all. So Sydney, 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 make our city very proud. Sydney, 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 from Darling Harbour to Bondi. Sydney, 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 from Australia's Wonderland to King's Cross. If we win the AFL club, we will be stoked, and the pubs will be full, and the might of the city of Sydney will have a bloody ball, drinking beer and spirits and some soft drinks and coke. It'll be fun to see the Swans return that evening, or even the next day, having a swim at Bondi with the cup showing off, and then over to Martin Place for the key to the city. So if you support AFL and love Sydney as well, bury for the Swans this Saturday. They won right to the very long haul. Sydney, 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 they won the 2012 flag. Sydney, 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 Sydney's depending on you. And everybody, come on everybody, that was a very cool kind of look. Now, most people, when Sydney won the grand final, they probably got out and took it out on celebrations with the beer. But that's how I celebrated it, mate. See? That's actually the harbour bridge there. There's a harbour bridge there. That's the Manly Ferry. Up there's the Sydney Opera House. See the Swan? And there is Malcheski, mate. The guy that kicked the winning goal, he came up out of Luna Park. Yeah. Sydney, Sydney, Sydney. And that's the cushion. Now see Malcheski, where my hand is, with the beard, coming out of Luna Park? Oh, pretty radical though, dudes. Okay, catch you later. Bye.